In this video, we're going to learn how to find the line of intersection between two planes. So, for instance, find the equation of the line of intersection of the planes x minus y plus 2z equals 11 and 2x plus y minus 4z equals 5. All right, we're going to use the vector product in a really clever way, and I just want to jump over to GeoGebra for a moment to show you how this works. So here are two planes, the red one and the blue one, and we're trying to find ultimately the equation of that line. So it's going to look, something like this. I'll just sort of place a couple of points roughly on there. This is the line we're looking for. So the key insight here is that this line is on the red plane and it's on the blue plane, and therefore it's perpendicular to the perpendiculars of those two planes, kind of by definition. If I drop a point on the red plane and then put a perpendicular line in, this line here is perpendicular to all lines on the red plane, including this line. If I drag this over here and then tilt this round, you can see, yep, that's forming a right angle. Of course it is, by definition, because this perpendicular is perpendicular to all lines on the red plane. So the line that we're looking for is perpendicular to the perpendicular of the red plane, and it's perpendicular to the perpendicular of the blue plane for the same reason, because the line is on the blue plane, therefore that's perpendicular. So the direction of this line of intersection can be found by finding a line which is perpendicular to the perpendiculars of each plane. I've said perpendicular a lot of times in a row then, but hopefully when we work through the algebra it will become clear. So the perpendicular of the first plane is just 1, minus 1, 2. And the perpendicular of the other plane is 2, 1, minus 4. So I'm just looking for a vector which is perpendicular to both, and that's what the cross product, the vector product, gives us. So let's find the vector product of those two perpendiculars. So that's 1, minus 1, 2, 2, 1, minus 4. Let's see what we get. I times 4 minus 2 is 2. Minus j times minus 4 minus 4 would be minus 8. That becomes 8. And k times 1 plus 2 is 3. So 283 is a vector which is perpendicular to both of our perpendiculars. So 283 is the direction vector of our line of intersection. So all we need is a point on that line. And to do that, I just need to find a point which is on this plane and also on this plane. And that's actually surprisingly easy to do because, of course, there are infinitely many such points. So basically at will, I could just set one of the x, y, or z values to be whatever I want. Here's what I mean. Let's just stipulate that x is 0. If x is 0, then to be on this plane, we need minus y plus 2z to equal 11. And to be on this plane, if x is 0, we need y minus 4z to equal 5. And there's just some simultaneous equations that we can solve. And once we get our y and z values, we've got the coordinates of a point which is on both planes and therefore on the line of intersection. Adding these together, I get minus 2z equals 16. So z is minus 8. And then subbing into this one, I get minus y minus 16 equals 11. So minus y equals 27. So y is minus 27. And now I have a coordinate. And the coordinate of my position vector is 0, minus 27, minus 8. And you could have picked anything. You could have said, I want x to be 1. Or you could have said, I want y to be 0, z to be 0. Typically, I just pick one of the points to be 0 and find the other two. What I now have is a position vector. So I know that the point 0, minus 27, minus 8 is on the line. and I know that its direction must be perpendicular to the two plane perpendiculars, and therefore this cross product that I found. And there we go, that's the line of intersection of those two planes. So let's put that into practice with an exam problem. So do pause the video and try this yourself first. The plane pi1 has equation r equals minus 4j minus 3k plus lambda times stuff plus mu times stuff. So we've got that in vector form. Obtain an equation of pi1 in the Cartesian form. Okay, so we know how to do this now because we know that this vector I minus j plus k is on the plane and I plus j minus k is on the plane. So the cross product of those will give us a vector that's perpendicular to the plane. So let's just cross those together. I, j, k, 1, minus 1, 1, 1, 1, minus 1. I times 1, minus 1, minus j times minus 1, minus 1. That would give us minus 2, but it's a negative, so 2. And k, 1, minus minus 1, so that's 2. Okay, so it's that, but because we just wanted any perpendicular of any length, I'm going to take 0, 1, 1, just for ease. So then I can say it's r dotted with this normal, 0, 1, 1, equals any point on your plane. So for example, the position vector here, which is 0, minus 4, minus 3, also dotted with that normal. What do we get there? We get 0, we get minus 4, minus 3, so minus 7. And so there is my scalar form, 0, 1, 1 equals minus 7, but they want it in a Cartesian form. So that is 0x plus y plus z equals minus 7. And there's our Cartesian equation of the plane. Okay, there's part A done. Now part B, we're going to, P2 has equation r dot this equals 4. Find the vector equation of the line of intersection. So remember that line of intersection is on both planes, so it's perpendicular to both the perpendiculars. The perpendicular of P1 is 0, 1, 1. The perpendicular of P2 is minus 5, 3, 5. So that means the cross product of those two will give us a direction that's perpendicular to both. So that's 0, 1, 1 and minus 5, 3, 5. So I times 5 minus 3, that's 2. Minus j, we've got 0 plus 5, so that becomes minus 5. And then k is 0 minus 5. So that's the direction vector of our line of intersection. And now I just want a point which is on both planes. Now, just for fun, why don't we, you know what, it's actually relatively easy here, because if I just set y or z to something, the y just follows because it has to be on this plane. So this is actually a pretty easy example of simultaneous equations. If I just say, for example, z equals 0, that means that y must equal minus 7. That guarantees that it's on this plane. But it also needs to be on this plane as well. And this plane has Cartesian equation minus 5x plus 3y plus 5z equals 4. So if z is 0 and y is minus 7, I have minus 5x plus 3 times minus 7, so that's minus 21, plus 5 times 0 should equal 4. Add 21 to both sides, I get minus 5x equals 25, and I get x is minus 5. So I've now got the coordinate of a point on the line and a direction. And so the equation is my position vector, minus 5, minus 7, 0, plus lambda times my direction vector, which was 2, minus 5, 5, and we're done. There is the vector equation of the line of intersection of pi1 and pi2. Now, a quick note is when you're checking your answers here in mark schemes, just note that there are infinitely many points that we could have picked. So don't be surprised if you don't see your position vector in the mark scheme, because we got that by me setting z equal to 0. You could equally have set y to 0, or you could have set z to be 1,000,000 if you want. You can kind of do whatever you want. So just make it as easy as you can for yourself, but be aware that you won't always see your answer in the mark scheme. It often just says or equivalent. So it can take a bit of checking. Okay, that's how we find the line of intersection of two planes. See you in the next video.